All right, Riley Glasgow at William Chrisman, but a Glasgow name, a big one here in Kansas City. Tell me about growing up Oak Grove as a Glasgow.
I always had a big name, a target on my back, so I had to work a little harder and had to keep my mouth shut. Otherwise, it all leaked back to my old man, and it made me the person I am today.
Yeah, one thing I always am curious about is like the dad-coach relationship. And right before this interview, I asked you about, was your dad still there? And you actually asked him to keep coaching until you went through. So you liked your dad being your coach?
Yes and no. There was ups and downs to it. I knew what kind of coach he was and how good of a coach he was, and I knew if I wanted to be the best wrestler I wanted to become, I had to have him as my coach. So I had to take those bumps, going home with him and still having him as my dad and coach at home. I had to take that and swallow my pride and listen to it all night long. But it was well worth it, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Nice. Why do you make the decision to stay in wrestling and become a coach?
I actually went and played college baseball. I was a big baseball guy, thought I was never going to get back into wrestling. Played baseball for 3 years in college and realized how much I missed it. Came back and helped Mick Cronk out at William Chrisman for a year. Then he asked me to come help permanent, so I did that for assistant for a year. And then I took over when Mick left. Just fell in love with the sport all over again once I started getting back into it.
Nice. What do you hope when you're coaching kids and they move through your program and then graduate and leave the program? What are you hoping that they take from wrestling under your wrestling at William Chrisman?
The life lessons it teaches you. Like Mr. Benshoff said earlier, I heard him talking. It teaches you so many life lessons growing through the sport of wrestling, ups and downs, adversity, pushing through it, all that. It's life. It's basically life in a sport, and that's what I love about it. I hope all my kids can leave Chrisman and look back and say I made them a better person, a better man, or a better woman now that we have girls wrestling.
Missouri's added that.
So
how's that going to impact the sport?
I don't think it'll impact it too much for the first couple of years. I'm hoping maybe 2-3 years down the road it kind of impacts it and we have a lot more numbers in girls wrestling.
Yeah.
'Cause it's going to take a little bit of time to grow, but that's with any sport. So I think it'll be for the better.
Nice. What do you think, this really early preseason tournament, what do you think is important for kids at this time of the year?
Just the mat time. Like you said, it is early, very early for high school wrestling, but getting out and getting that mat experience it's incredible. It helps you translate the high school wrestling so much. If you have that mat time, you're going to be better off and compete at a higher level than you would without it.
Nice. Well, glad that you decided to come back to wrestling. Thanks for putting your energy in the sport. Anything else to share with us?
No, man. Appreciate it.
Take care, Coach.
Appreciate it.